Hello everybody, welcome back to Namdong Asiad Stadium in Korea for the final stanza of this Olympic qualifying weekend. 4 more matches, starting with Singapore versus Afghanistan, the 7th and 8th playoff here. For these two teams, Singapore looking to build some momentum for the Southeast Asia Games in 2 weeks. Here is their side. Miserable conditions for these fellas. Number 6, Hiria Jeffreden has been impressive, but Nicholas Yao, Adam Vine, and some of their bench players getting a start in this match. Afghanistan, well, they've got one player on the bench who won't be playing, Omar Shlomankil. It'll be down to his brothers and cousin and the folks like Mustaf, their skipper, and 17 to carry the flag here for Afghanistan. It may be 7th and 8th, but it's still pride on the line, Jed Thyon.
Certainly is, no doubt about that, Lisa. And yeah, how important for the reconstruction of Singapore Sevens is the SEA Games down at Clark in a couple of weeks' time. Early December, and rugby union just keeps raging on, doesn't it? Been a busy old year for it. Last showing this weekend for Afghanistan. They're embattled, they're bruised, they're battered, they're well travelled, they're tired. Well, they're an inspiration and the confirmation that the Olympic dream, the Olympic flame, burns brightly for all nations.
Absolutely dismal conditions here after a couple of sunny days. It turned foul a couple of hours ago, and this is what they have to contend with. It won't be pretty, slippery, greasy, war of attrition almost. And the rain streaming across your screen left to right at the back of Singapore. Here's Nicholas Yao. Giving it some good width though, playing as though the ball is nice and dry. Farhan Amran with an early carry, keeps his feet well. Good to see coach running the bench, giving some game time for players like Adam Vine here. Look at that. No shortage of real self-belief. This is Nashrul Hanafi, tries to put Amran away, and he clatters into the defence and recoils. Stays inside of play though. Nicholas Yao does a bit of straightening himself. Stepping. In comes Mustaf and takes him. Good retention here from Singapore. Phase after phase, bending it across the park. Will it open up? Surely. Look at that. Look at the footwork from Adam Vine. He gets his chance. And over he goes with some very handy footwork. That's a good opening from Singapore to hold on to the ball in these conditions for so many phases. Very impressive.
Yep, good discipline, good concentration. It's easy to make a lot of mistakes in these kind of conditions for these guys. They're pretty foreign to playing in wind and weather, and particularly the cold. But a good try for Singapore. It'll prove to them they just can do it. Oh, nice step there, wasn't it? Great change up in pace. And hopefully a few of these guys have remembered to go out and get the long tacks in.
Yeah, it's been chilly as well. It's quite cold out there now. It's with the rain. It feels like it's in the low teens. Hashimoto calls on a sub early doors. Off comes Big Suleiman Jalili, and on comes Abdullah Ghazang. Look at that. It's grim on the sideline. These teams have been hanging around here for a couple of hours between each group of games. Singapore with the early lead, 7-0. Mustaf just lets that come off his body there. Takes it square on. Nicholas Yao, he's really injecting himself into this game. Beats a couple of defenders. He's looking at for Adam Vine again. What a mazy weavy run. And Mustaf comes across and cleans up Jeffrey in there. Blindsides him. He keeps the ball though, the youngster. Here's Matthias Chia. And Nashrul Hanafi. And good straightening from him. And good inside ball. This is good stuff from Singapore. Chia goes over for a try. And they've bagged themselves 2 early tries. It's maybe just getting a bit late in the weekend for Afghanistan.
Yeah, I'm afraid that might be the case. The Schmeichel brothers, they've given everything, haven't they? Every single one of them. One's given too much, one couldn't give enough. And the 2 that remain, well, they stand pretty solid to the cause. But it's been a lot of travel backed up with a lot of effort. And I don't think they should be disappointed with how it's gone down for them and their teammates. Or should I say their cousin and 2 or 3 mates from Afghanistan. It's been a real privilege to meet them this weekend.
Misjudging that one was Zakrullah Mohammadi. First time we've really seen him. He's been forced off the bench and into play. Just they've run out of players here over the weekend. A couple of these players haven't played a lot of rugby at all, and some have played a whole lot. If it's the first time watching Afghanistan, the Slomankill brothers, 4 of them, political refugees, grown up in New Zealand, played rugby, Auckland Grammar High School, prestigious New Zealand rugby school. Played at NRL for the Warriors. Zakir Slomankill played for Canon in Japan. Played for the Roosters in the NRL. And unfortunately, he scored himself a red card yesterday and he's banned for 3 games. It's a real shame for the tournament from his team and himself. And his brother Omar Slomankill hurt himself yesterday in a heroic effort against Chinese Taipei. So they were the 2 playmakers, finishers, and they've had to battle along. Here we see Sayer Slomankill, the big scrum half. Let's see what he can do here. He will probably just fish this out the back if he can and run straight at the nearest person. Here he goes. Oh, he gives it past. Very sly. They weren't expecting that. Look at this. The crowd loves it. Sabir Slomankill takes it on. And the brothers Grimm collaborate down the field. It's a fearsome sight. Abdul Bari Gazang takes it forward. Now they get a chance, and the crowd willing them on here. Sabir is on hand again. He's lost it. And look at it just scoot out of the hands there of Nashrul Hanafi there. The rain seems to have intensified. It's really angling in now. And that was exciting for the crowd, seeing the Slomankill brothers get together from that scrum and terrorise downfield. And you really feel for both these sides. They want to take away some learnings, some experience, and some good memories from on and off the field. There he goes again. Look at him charging at about 4 Singaporeans. Big Sayer. And Sabir, again, he joins him. Coming back against the grain is Gazang. It's a good tackle from Farhan Amran. Look at this. He's on the outside. Can he slide over? No, he can't.
Oh, unfortunate.
Good work from Jeffrey in there to get the bigger man over in the corner.
Oh, I think he stood fairly clearly into touch then. He does consider himself a try-scoring machine now after his effort last night, but I don't think there's too much to worry about on this occasion. Still, the referee's doing them honour of having a second look at it.
And he needed to just sort of try and lean in field a little bit here. It's a copybook tackle. Yeah, he's a mile out, and Craig Chan is right there, and he's got his flag up, but Hashimoto still wants to have a look. Gets Anthony Moyes in on the action yet again. Be a line out, 5 metres out for Singapore. They're still under pressure here.
Yeah, look, you can tell he's new to the game. It's just about how you use your body in a situation like that. The two options, either go for the line early on your belly or try and bump the man, and now they're going to find themselves quickly outpaced. Oh, look at that. He's hit the jets and flown straight by.
Adam Vine goes coast to coast for try number 2 for him. And we spotted this bloke early on day one as someone with a bit of skill, bit of talent, and no shortage of confidence. And he's getting a full chance here, getting the full 7 minutes so far, and he's taken it with both hands.
Well, we've seen all sorts of crazy things happen when the ball was dry. We go back to the boy from Chinese Taipei. He got away with a screamer and he's dropped the ball. He's dropped over himself. The worm.
The worm got him.
The worm got him. So, anything can happen, all right.
There's been some entertainment this weekend for sure, whether it's the top half of the draw or the bottom half. There's some of these games at the end of day 2 where you see 7 play 8 and 6 play 5. It's where they can express themselves against a team of similar capability. Adam Vine goes in for 2. Looks like a well-balanced runner. So they have 3 tries. They win. They're leading 19 points to 0 here. And they've got 7 minutes left of this campaign. They can jump on the bus and get back to the hotel. Let's hope their coaches don't insist on them jumping in the ice bath. Adam Vine with his second, streaking away. Good to have you with us on the Facebook feed around the world, or satellite or cable TV, in whichever territory you're watching. Great having you with us, and if you're standing by, there's a couple of games before we get to the Cup final. Of course, we're on Facebook at Asia.Rugby. It's going to be Hong Kong versus Korea, the hosts, at 5:30 local time. Instagram, AsiaRugbyLive, that's us. And good to see the players smiling out there under grim circumstances.
Well, he's really moved up in the world in the absence of his brothers, hasn't he? Now he gets to chat to the ref quite often, take the kicks.
That's right, his chance to shine in the rain. That one's been knocked on, so a little bit of advantage here for the Turbos. None coming, so a scrum, and here we'll see probably the big man say, yeah, Slow-Mankel have another crack at 2 or 3 fellas in red and black. And look at there, you see Gazang in 3, he's been forced into the front row. Quite interesting when there's 2 bigger men playing it in scrum half and fly half. He's been bullied into the front row. There he is on the right. There's Sayir. He gives it to his brother, Sabir, and he decides to go on a wee run. Surprisingly quick off the mark for a big man. Releases it, goes again. Really having a great time out there, the big men. Oh, here we saw this yesterday from Abdullah Gazang, the little change of pace. The crowd starts to get excited, willing Afghanistan towards the line. Here's Rahmani. Look at the man go. Has he been dispossessed there? I think he's been robbed of the ball on the line. Hashimoto gives him a penalty. Exciting stuff here.
Good call by Hashimoto. On the spot to see that. Oh.
It's a floater. Oh, look at the big fin from Sayed.
Oh, you beauty.
Oh, and he gives out the little dainty pass to his captain, Mustaf. And he gives it the goose. And that's what everybody's come here to see. Smiles like that. And what a tremendous effort. You've really got to take your hat off and feel for these guys. Tip-top effort.
Schmeichel lays it on for Sadat. And one of the great stories to come out of the weekend. It's just a beauty, isn't it? Really reminds you what the game's all about. Oh, here's a go.
Holy
Beauty.
smokes.
Well, he can score them, he can kick them. Pretty soon he'll be chatting to the ref as well. Look at that. The big get off, the big go away. And then it's a team game at the end of the day, isn't it? Beautifully done.
So they pick up a big 7 and stay almost in touch here. They trail by 12. There's still concern. I don't think there's any more players to come on here. In fact, I can see Suleiman Jalili getting himself ready on the sideline again to re-enter the action. He probably had his tracksuit on and had one mind on the buffet at the hotel.
He's just starting to feel warm again, I think.
And let's hope the fella down is okay. So they've scored that try with just 6 men in action. $19 points to 7. And 3 more games ahead of us. Let's just run through those quickly for you. Next up, we'll have Malaysia versus Sri Lanka in the 5th and 6th playoff. As they get the clappers out. Go like the clappers, those things. Then 3rd and 4th playoff will be between China and Philippines. The importance of that match is the winner will go through to the repechage, have another bite at the cherry at lastminute.com in Biarritz in next June. Followed up by the big cup final at 5:30 local time. Korea, the hosts. They've come from nowhere really. And they'll be up against Hong Kong. Winner will go straight to Tokyo. The runner-up will also go to the repechage. So some big Olympic moments ahead for these players that are waiting in the wings below this stadium. Let's have a look at some of these highlights here. Adam Vine, a couple of great highlights for him to put on his show reel. 2 tries in this match. And the stretcher is up. Good work by the medical team. They've taken great care here to ensure the safety of the injured player.
아프가니스탄 선수 교체 있습니다. 6번 선수가 나오고 4번 선수가 들어갑니다.
It's a try to cheer, and here was this beautiful coast to coast by Adam Vine. Just put his head down and gassed them all on the outside. Tip of the hat to Romani for chasing him. So we're on here, and that's gone perfectly, the 10. Well judged. Not easy with the wind at your back to get that one right. Singapore, well, they don't want Afghanistan to get too confident here. They'll want to put them away with one more score probably. And look at the aggression there. Huge tackle by Zakrullah Mohammadi.
Oh, it's good effort.
Yeah. They try to go quick. Hashimoto from Japan pulls them back. It'll be Saia Slomankil with this lineup. They could score another one here to make it interesting. This is their trademark line-out move. It's worked for them so well. Not easy to pull off. This is Zakrullah Mohammadi Mustaf. He could throw a blanket over half of that Afghanistan side. It squirts out the side though. And Amran comes away with it. He's got a few big fellas intent on getting it back off him. The call goes in to chop it through, and yes, the chasing players have knocked down one of the Afghans. They've knocked down Sabir. It's not easy to do. And Nori Hashimoto, well, he's got eyes like a hawk. Halfway through the second half then, a couple of scores in it. What are they going to do here? Well, I'll give you 2 guesses. It's going to be Sabir and Sahir Slomankil the famous duet from Afghanistan, playing a tune on Singapore. There's going to be subs, and that could only be for one side. 3 hapless blokes from Singapore thought they were going to stay dry for the whole game. They've been called into action. And they look remarkably cheerful about the prospect. So yeah, feeds that rugby league style. The foot was up, so the tap and go, way off the mark. But Hashimoto's fine with the look at the massive energy coming in from Kazakhstan. Here goes Romani. Can't get on the outside of Adam Fine though, not on his watch. Oh, he smelt something. Gazangi's instinctively taken off for the blind side. He's lost his footing though, and here goes Sabir with more aggro effort from him. Having a look is Mohammadi. This is enchanting stuff from Sayer Slow-Mankle. Oh, he's having a whale of a time down there. Absolutely enjoying himself here in these terrible conditions. Eventually gets penalised.
Well, he's thrown his weight around, there's no doubt about it. And he might have run himself to a standstill, the big man.
Making friends with some of the Singaporeans down there. Really expressing himself. Here goes Jeffredin. And they just fling him to the side. He gets it back inside though, and they tear off down this near side. Ball's in the hands of Samuel Coe. Gives it to Nathan Wong. Oh, and good feed work from Jeffrey. He's got up off the sideline. He was almost in the grandstand. He's dusted himself off and joined the move to finish that one. Just reward from this hard-working little talented player.
Yeah, he looks the goods, this boy. Fascinating to see how he develops in the seasons to come. And he looks young. Good balance, plenty of pace, a lot of flair. And he doesn't mind engaging the old hot step either, so done well. I'm loving the way Afghanistan chased them though. To the absolute end, they've been a real treat. They've been part of this tournament. They've been a big part of this tournament. And they continue to be a big part of that tournament.
A very big part. And all the neutrals here. Look at him just running at will. Big Sabir. And he's turned it over though. Mustaf gets one finger on Adam Vine, who's going to trot round for his hat trick. And just as much entertainment as Afghanistan have provided, this man as well. He scored a nice hat trick for himself and his country, and thoroughly deserved as well by one of the up-and-comers. So there it is, a thoroughly entertaining match in thoroughly dismal conditions. Singapore, though, run it out with 5 tries, 3 to Adam Vine, and some very entertaining ball carries from Afghanistan. What a treat having them here at this tournament. Hats off to both these sides, Jed.